Hi everyone, welcome back to the Hideaway. Hope you're all okay. So my neighbours had some wooden pallets going begging, and I thought, I reckon I could make something with them. My wife has been asking me to make some new coasters, so let's see if I can turn this pallet into some coasters. Let's get into it. First up, I need to remove the boards. A few of them came off with a few taps of the hammer. But some were a bit more stubborn, so grabbed my track saw and cut out a few usable sections. I chose a couple of boards that would work for this project and ran them through the thicknesser. Once done, I then cut them down on the miter saw. Okay, so these boards have been through the thicknesser now and I'm pretty pleased with the way they've come out, and I've also cut them down to a more manageable size. I'm going to do 8 coasters in total, and I can fit 4 on each of these boards, and I need the coasters to have the same diameter. I'm going to do them circular, the same diameter as the width of this coaster here. So that was my guide. I'm going to use my compass just to mark them on here. I'll do that in a second. And then once I've done that, I'm going to kind of draw on like a river shape that's kind of going to go through the middle of these, and then use my router to route out that shape and then fill it with resin, which I thought would be pretty cool. So I'm just going to mark these up, then we'll get the router out and route out this river. I used a V-groove bit to route out the outline of the river. Then I use an upcut spiral bit to clear out the rest of the wood. Just an FYI, you don't have to use a router for this if you didn't have one. A rotary tool will do the job, or you could even use a chisel and just chisel it out. There's always more than one way to do things, but I love my DeWalt router, so went with that. I was very excited about the resin part of this project, as it was the first time using my new Resiner bubble remover machine that I got for my birthday off my wife. After I mixed the resin and the hardener, I placed it into the machine and let it do its thing for 10 minutes, and it was pretty cool to watch. This part is on a time lapse. And the resin turned out amazingly clear. I'm well chuffed. I then quickly coated the wood with resin before the main pour. I thought it was best that my wife choose the colours for the coasters, just to keep her sweet. She wanted teal and blue for one set, and iridescent blue and jade green for the other. I mixed the pigments into the resin. And then into these nifty silicone cups that keeps the two colours separate as you pour. And then poured away. After a day of curing, I ran it through the thicknesser again to remove the bulk of the excess cured resin. Then got onto sanding, where I went through 120, 240, 400 and 800 grits, with 400 and 800 being wet sands. Once done with the sanding, I redrew the coaster shape back onto the board. And then went over to the bandsaw and roughly cut them out. I then cleaned up the edges on the disc sander. I was a bit annoyed with this part actually. The sanding discs I bought recently are a bit rubbish, and I ended up burning the wood slightly in some places. Well, lesson learned, buy cheap, get rubbish. Oh well. They still turned out okay. Then I thought a round over edge would look pretty good, so headed over to the table router to do that. Again, you could do this part with a palm router if you didn't have a table router, or you could even just sand down the edges. That works just as well. Then for the finish, I added a few coats of Danish oil just to treat the wood a little. So, there we are folks. Some fairly easy to make coasters from nothing but pallet wood. And I think they look alright. But let me know what you think. Will you give them a go? If there's anything you'd like to see next, just let me know. I'm always on the lookout for ideas. I've got a few tool restorations coming up, a furniture restoration project in the pipeline, and some more wood and resin projects lined up too. But I'm always interested in what you guys think. I'll leave it there, but not before asking if you could hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please can I ask for you to give that subscribe button a click. It's free and I really appreciate it. Right, let's go and give these to the wife. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.